What is up, Flannelverse? The haters and the losers all summer have been saying it couldn't be done. A man over 40 could not stream 150 best ball mania drafts. But here we are. I am 149, 150th of the way through. One more draft here today. And of course, had to bring on my predecessor, the only other person who has ever streamed 150 best ball mania drafts. Yes, he is 2 out of 2. That would make Pete the second oldest person to stream 150 best ball mania drafts. I'm going to bring Pete in here. We're going to do number 150. Pete, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I just finished my 150th with your help over on my channel, and now I get to kick back and watch you cross the finish line here, man. I legit remember I did a long stream last year to wrap mine up. I had been drinking mimosas throughout the morning, and I was like this weird thing of like day drunk, emotional, exhausted, relieved. So I kind of know the feelings that you're going through right now.
Yeah, no, it's definitely I'm so ready to be done, especially with the way this week has gone, where I've just been streaming nonstop. It feels like for the past week. So definitely ready to be done, but excited to finish. Is this? I gotta ask you though. Is this also kind of a sad day for you because you've had this record for a full year now, and now you're the record. I'm just stripping you of the oldest to stream 150 record.
Well, to be clear, I was never campaigning on being the oldest to stream. In fact, I don't even think I really positioned it as the first piece. Actually, no. I said the first person to ever stream on 150, which I will always have. You will never be able to take that from me. But you are now, in fact, the oldest. Remind me again how old you are.
I am now 41. I started at 40. Now I'm 41. Turned 41 in July.
Okay,
so I think it's an unbreakable record at this point.
Well, I wait 4 years and I come back and I take back that record from you as well. Older, wiser, more mature.
You could try, but I don't. You probably won't have the stamina in 4 years. That's all I'm saying. But you never know. Maybe you will. All right, we are going to hop in here for number 150. If you want to be part of this historic moment, get in now.
Here we go, Neil. 150.
150. Oh, and it looks like it's pretty full.
Oh yeah, auto fill here.
And we get the 112 for number 150. That is a fitting way to end, I think. We'll do something fun here though. We'll find something fun to do, right?
Neil, is this your normal overlay? I mean, I don't mean to critique the YouTube streamer here, but is that normal to not be able to see your guest's face?
Oh yeah. That's a good call. I usually do that on these ones.
I mean, I know you gotta pump the promo codes.
Wait.
I know I have a big nose that you gotta obstruct, but
that is true. This random old guy, I forgot. Yeah, that we got to switch to that one. And then I will throw up the banner. Got to 1979 prior to the stream. A lot of help from Pete this morning. I think we added about 30 subscribers during Pete's stream earlier. So getting close to that goal of 2,000 prior to the season. I still think we've got a shot. If enough of you subscribe right now, we can get to 2,000 before the season starts. Would appreciate the subscription, liking the video, commenting, etc. Trying to get to 2,000. We are so close.
Yes. Please get Neil to 2,000. He deserves it.
Although other people were like promising, to do a 24-hour live stream, something like that. I didn't promise anything. I promised nothing other than being grateful, I guess.
You promised that you would complete the goal, and didn't you end up? What was the longest stream? Didn't you do did someone say you did an 8-hour stream this week?
I did a 6-hour stream. So I did a day where I streamed for 11 hours, but it was broken up into a 5-hour and a 6-hour stream.
Okay. Did you hate yourself during that?
It's funny. Like, I feel like once I get going, I don't hate it as much. Like you kind of just get in the flow. It's like, if I knew going in that I'm going to be on air for 6 hours, I think I would dread that. But like, once I get in that point and it's like, okay, if I can just, I can just keep going at this point, then I won't have to start early tomorrow. I don't know. It becomes more of like a push. How far can I do this? I kind of enjoy it to some extent.
Yeah. I think I found the sweet spot this year with the best ball breakfast. I ended up doing those as 4-hour streams, solo, and then 3 guests back to back. And that, like, for me was like the sweet spot. Like, it was nice to do the long streams, do it all at once, but I didn't feel like emotionally and physically exhausted at the end of it.
Yeah.
In the way you do when you like get into the 5, 6, 7 hour range.
I like your approach of starting off solo too. You're not asking anybody to get up super early to join you on the first stream. You kind of get to do some of your own drafts the way you want to do them, and then bring in other people. I thought that was a really smart approach.
Yeah,
Um,
it works out. I like the balance. We got the turn.
we got the turn. We'll see who's here. All right, who do you like here?
Let's see here. We skipped on Puka in our draft we just did. I'm not as concerned. I know
Okay,
there's that stuff. I say we lock up Puka. And then let's do, so I've been in all of my late drafts. I've been trying to catch up on Nico Collins. Let's do Puka and Nico.
that's fun. I like that.
I just love, so when you do this, you give yourself a chance to get one of Tank or Diggs sliding,
Yep.
and then you give yourself a chance to get CJ Stroud at 84, depending on what whoever gets the other Houston Texan wide receiver. And that happens like, I'm telling you, it's like 50 to 60% of the time you can get Stroud at 84 stack. And if
Really?
I have it, I have an insane hit rate pushing it right now. So I like that one.
Interesting. Yeah, I was going to ask if you would be just inclined, if we do get the double stack, to just take Stroud at 60, if we do get like a Diggs or a Dell falling to us.
So I always review the team. A lot of times, say it's the tank. Say I get Diggs coming back. Like the tank drafter will also will take like Hurts, Mahomes, Richardson, like whatever.
Yeah.
And they are often then not willing to go to QB. So I always review that. But the thing is like I don't know. I'm more at peace. Like I do like to think through the 2v2s, and I think the 7-8 turn can be tricky. And Stroud just makes it so easy. Whereas at the 5-6, there's so many good options. There's you literally quarterbacks, tight ends, running backs, wide receiver. You can make case for a lot of good picks there. So in general, I'm like, give me two of these. And if I don't end up with Stroud, not the end of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. The Underdog Sports Information Team is expanding. Okay, I just saw this notification. I thought it'd be a good time to break news about the Underdog Sports Information, because I know Justin Fan left Underdog, right? He went somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of curious what they were going to do with the Sports Information Team there.
Yeah, Justin Fan now with Unabated,
Yeah.
doing stuff with them.
Appreciate all of the old jokes in chat. That's pretty good. I hadn't been reading chat, and I see now people are making fun of for 2K subs. Neil will live stream his weekly grocery shopping trip at 11 a.m. on a Thursday with the other senior citizens. So I am actually the night owl here. Pete very much seems to be a morning guy. You do the early streams. I like when you asked me to push this up to to this time in the morning. It was like, man, I have been waking up past this most days this week, so I had to wake up early. I am not the typical old man in that sense.
Yeah, I'm the old man with the I'm so excited for the season, because basically like this past 2 weeks with so much of the content and the streams, like I've been staying up way later than I've been, 11 midnight. Like my sweet spot, like I want to be in bed by 10. And so in the season, the only night commitment I'm gonna have is Shipcast that we're gonna do on Thursday nights.
Nice.
So that's the only one that will keep me up. And otherwise, this old man can get back on his bedtime routine.
I was catching up on some of your content from yesterday, and man, there was a lot of gold on the Pete Overzet channels yesterday with the Crack Rock stream. I mean, that was I never watch anything FFPC. Whenever like even my favorite streamers typically do FFPC, I just skip them because I haven't played FFPC.
Yeah,
I don't really care that much, but I had to watch that one with Crack Rock. I didn't get all the way through it yet. I'm only about halfway through, but a lot of gold in there already. And then of course the Family Feud was pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite week of content I've ever had, just between the live streams, doing these streams, the Deposit Kingdom videos, the Best Ball Bros, and the Truth Serum takes, the Fantasy Feud. It's been an insane week. Very, very thankful to get to do all this. Had a blast kind of putting a bow on this off season.
Seems like the Truth Serum stuff, or sorry, the Deposit Kingdom has done really well. Like you've added a ton of subs this summer to that channel, which has been, I mean, kind of an experiment, right? Trying to do a second channel where it is more recorded videos instead of live stuff. Bit of an experiment, but seems to be going great. Oh, this is tough. What do you want to double click? What do you think here?
So I don't think we should double click it. I think we should pick which one we want. I'm kind of partial. You said your digs over tank. I've been kind of tank over Dell if they're both here, just because tank is more of the slider, but not a ton. Um, and
So who's your
then
preference? You
I
want
do
Dell?
tank.
Okay.
Let's do tank.
And then Zay Flowers
Um,
is there if we wanted that correlation.
Yeah. So I'll in this spot, I will often do either Zay or Laporta. I've kind of like had a rule that I always just take Laporta when he was in the fourth, but Zay with the mega week 17 stack is fun.
All right, let's do it.
You know, you know
Or
what?
no.
Let's do Zay. Let's hope that let's I was trying to see if this Rashi Rice drafter here, I was like, maybe they'll take. I'm trying to see who's gonna end up with the non-Houston.
I
But no,
know.
do Zay.
That was my one concern is like, okay, if this guy goes with Diggs or this guy, whatever, one of these, it's going to be tough to think that we're going to get Stroud to fall back to us at at 80 whatever. If I mean with this guy having Diggs,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. We like I said, if we don't think like the options are super compelling, I'm not gonna say like there. I would say maybe once I've taken Stroud at the 5-6 turn. I was looking at a team that I was just like, and I didn't like my options. It was like, all right, Keenan Allen's here, and I have a shit ton of him, and like all the values it gotten. I was like, all right, but I feel like you can make that call, right? Like if you get a huge faller there that feels too tough to pass up on or whatever, but we'll have flexibility.
Yeah, for sure. We don't need to get Stroud since we have the double. I'm generally inclined to get it, but yeah, we have some options. We'll see what's available. So you say you would be open to taking Stroud depending on what's available at the 5-6 turn.
Yeah. I just think like the way I think about it is say we were doing a mastiff or like a big dog, it'd be like just no. We're just taking Stroud. But
Yeah,
in this contest, we're trying to beat 600,000 entries. And I do think the 2v2s can be pretty significant.
yeah,
Like you might be talking about like I don't know, like a Jaden Reed versus a Cortland Sutton, as
right.
far as like the caliber there. So getting to sneak in that player is kind of something I enjoy chasing.
Yeah, I think that is a good comp for a 2v2. Yeah, it really always comes down to like what's available versus what's going to be available later. Um, and you're probably right that generally what's available here is going to be a significant enough like boost over the later turn that it's worth going for.
Yeah. And we can hash it out. The nice thing about this start too is there's nothing we're going to have to worry about like positionally, because even if we go true zero RB, like say if we take Stroud, we know the sweet spot of the picks at the 7-8 turn is going to be the running backs. So like we could theoretically start 4 running backs, tight end, Stroud, and then know we're also getting 2 running backs. Or you could just get to 5 wide receivers, not do the elite tight end thing. So like I think we can go a lot of different directions.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what's available.
How are you
Uh,
gonna? I know you've been on constant vacations, but do you have any plans to celebrate completing the 150?
to not stream the rest of the day because I feel like I've been on camera all week. So just getting off camera. I think I'm gonna go mow my grass. Is my wife has asked me to do that. I gotta do some dishes today. So it's been a lot
Wow.
of me not doing things that I probably should be doing because I've been streaming all day. So yeah, I think the short term celebration gonna be some work around the house. And then after that, honestly, probably go out with my wife tonight. We'll probably go out for dinner. And then flip into DFS pretty quickly because I'm gonna be on a ton of DFS content. It's going to be somewhat of a stressful season, but I'm also really looking forward to really diving in on some DFS stuff. So, yeah, no huge celebration plans. How about you?
Today, I'm gonna like wrap up a bunch of stuff, just to get myself ready for next week so I can enjoy the long weekend. And then, doing a stream tonight at 8 p.m. I'm gonna make it available for everyone. It's technically Best Ball After Dark. Normally those are paywalled. I'm gonna make it available for everyone. I'm doing a guillotine league draft
Oh,
with
fun.
a bunch of people from the Deposit Kingdom. And so I'm going to stream that. It's a new format. Fantasy Life just acquired recently the Guillotine platform. Um, and right now you can spin up private leagues for free. But then they're going to have paid leagues eventually there. So maybe some high stakes guillotine leagues next year. So yeah, if you're interested in that format, it's super fun. It is redraft manage, but anytime a player gets eliminated each week, their entire team gets tossed back into the player pool.
That's pretty awesome. You see that we came so close to being able to get Lamar Jackson. We've got
That would have
Zay.
simplified it.
Yeah, goes at 58. All right, so here are our available options. This is what the sidekick is recommending here.
I'm in agreement with the sidekick. I think we go CJ Stroud and Kyle Pitts, and then we just go running, and then we have flexibility. We can go running back if there's a huge wide receiver faller. What can you go see? Hang on, before you click Stroud, will you click Pitts first? And then can we just go see what the Diggs team did?
Yeah. So that is the pick right after us. So they would be at 62 and then 83. So 2 opportunities.
I was really hoping
take Mahomes. Yeah.
It was the Hurts Lamar team. I was like, okay, now let's risk it. Yeah. No, let's grab Stroud. I think I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think generally, and that was, I think Herzig's take was just it's okay to reach for your quarterback. I'm generally in agreement with that. I know Easy, I think, gave this exact scenario on Twitter, which I agree with generally. Like, it's pretty important to get your quarterback when you're double stacked at this point.
Yeah, and to me, I was looking there. I was not tempted by a faller. Like I've had some rooms now where like Pickens was there last night for me at the turn. Like I've been trying to get a little bit more cheap Ridley. If he was there, I'm kind of interested. I didn't see anything that mandated we do it. And again, the team behind us, I think, clearly would have taken him at 83. Like there's just no way.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, I guess I forgot the other part of the celebration. Obviously, Guinness Book of World Records showing up later. Time Magazine, I've got an interview later on, so kind of a busy day.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, they told me they're going to have me on kind of the full page, and then they said they would include you as kind of like a footnote.
That's interesting. They're going to have the second oldest as the full page and the oldest in the footnote. Huh. All right, I hadn't heard that part. Maybe I'll cancel.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of a pay to play situation too.
That's
fair. It's a little bit of it's a little corrupt is what I'm saying. And let's just say I've already kind of greased those wheels over there, Neil.
Man, Guinness Book of World Records, that shocks me. I would have thought that was it seems very legit organization there.
No, you know what's so funny? I listened to a podcast series recently. I'm blanking about it. I talked about it in my newsletter, and then they did a follow-up one. And it was about this guy who was in the Guinness World Book of Records and claimed to be the youngest person to ever direct a feature-length film. It was like some stupid thing. He was like 12 years old, and they like untangled this entire mystery and revealed like it was like all bullshit too. And they did basically just pay to get him in the Guinness World Book of Records for that like very random accomplishment. So I do think there's some shady business. You know, there is the one guy who has the fingernails that are like, 30 feet long. I think he earned it. Some of these other people, though, I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it has to be records that people really care about. Like, because otherwise, you can just like make up records. I think it's got to be things like longest hair, longest fingernails, oldest to stream 150 best ball manias. Like, those are the things that people care about are things that should be in the Guinness Book of World Records, not just.
I used to love flipping through that book as a kid.
I did too. That was like such a good time. The fat guys on the bicycles, just I don't know, or the motorcycles.
It had such like rereadability. Like I never tired of seeing the guy who's like 7'8". Tall ass dude.
Yep. Always a good time. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been decades since I've seen a Guinness Book of World Records. Maybe it's all digitalized at this point.
So how much you've been streaming with the sidekick? What percentage of your picks do you think align with its recommendation versus you bullying the wingman?
I mean, I don't think I would guess I take the top option that it gives me 20% of the time, 30% of the time. But it's usually one of the like top 4 or 5 they give me. I don't feel like I go away from that often.
I feel like I've noticed it, I'm always way more in line with it like the first 10 rounds. I think sometimes I kind of deviate maybe more like positionally from it when I get later in a draft.
Yeah.
But the reorienting me on the slow drafts has been very helpful because I did a ton of weekly winners slow drafts. And even though it's like not specifically intended for that, just like quickly being like, oh yeah, this stack is here for you.
It's
Has
so
been
nice for
very
slow drafts.
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I use it. I mean, I use it on streams, and then I guess most, like, I don't use it when I'm doing fast drafts off stream. Generally, I'm usually just on my phone then. But like slow drafts, I like leave them and come up. Of course, I'm looking. I'm on the clock in like 12 slow drafts right now, so that's kind of brutal. And unfortunately, they're all like eliminators and super flex, where you can't really use it as well. All right, who do we like here?
I see this broke perfect, like I thought, as far as
Running back being what we need here.
running backs here. I kind of like taking one of like Ramondre, Aaron Jones, and Mostert and pairing it with Warren.
Yeah. So Warren first. Do you think we're gonna have a shot at B Rob or Javante at the next turn?
I think so. What are those pick numbers?
That would be 108, 109.
Probably not Javante. Singletary definitely sometimes there. B Rob's there. Zach Moss is there regularly now. So I don't mind taking whoever you think is the biggest swing, because I do like that line of thought.
Well, it was it's also a bye week thought as far as Ramondre goes, because he's the week 14 bye.
I don't think Ramondre's coming back to that anymore.
No, I just mean like I want one of those others. So then that would be
Yes,
two if we took Ramondre. But I like Aaron Jones quite a bit, so I think that's just
yeah.
This is so now we have the 3 week 14 buys. So we probably want to add a few more that don't have the week 14 buy at wide receiver.
Yeah.
And this is probably looking like it's going to be like a 7 or 8 wide receiver team anyway. So yeah, working good. I feel like we need to talk about nose hairs. Somebody brought up the world's longest nose hair on here, and I got to say, when somebody on your stream mentioned how well groomed your nose hairs were, I was like, are people like zooming in on my nose hair? Do I need to be grooming my nose hair better? I don't know.
It was still one of the more shocking comments I've ever received, and I've received a lot of shocking comments. It brought up way more questions than it answered, and I'm still not sure, because I do, yeah, I have no clue how they did that. I don't know if I do have a nice like 4K camera, so I don't know what kind of stuff they're doing there, and I don't even think the angle, like if you could see my nose hairs, you'd have to be tilted up and looking like, I just don't think from my normal view you would even be able to see them if they existed. So I'm confused, Neil.
He just has a huge screen that he's watching you on. I don't know, the highest K. Yeah, that threw me off. But I gotta say, I remember like one of the few things that I remember. Like I think I don't remember more than a couple like gifts that anybody other than myself received at Christmas growing up. I do remember my dad getting a nose hair trimmer, and like it was like half kind of a gag gift. And hearing that the guy who commented to you, I thought, do I need to get a nose hair trimmer, like something that like spins around in your nose? I think is how it works. I don't know. Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
I do trim them, fairly regularly at this point, but that might be useful.
Yeah, no, I'm pro nose hair trimmer. I actually had gotten a new one a few months ago. It was like right before that comment too, which also made me feel like, is this guy part of Big Brother, like tracking my Amazon shipments? How did he know that I just purchased a new nose hair trimmer?
So you are like at least 2 nose hair trimmers deep at this point. Like, so you started trimming your nose hairs in your 20s?
Oh, I think I might be 3 nose hairs deep. Yeah, no, I've like since I started shaving, I had a nose hair trimmer. Yeah.
All right. It sounds like I need to get one.
You don't you don't get them, like, do you hand pick them when they get too long?
I have a tiny little scissors that I use. I just like cut them if they get too long.
But you are admitting that you've maintained it. You just don't.
Oh yeah, I've maintained it. I just don't have like a great way to do it, and like I don't feel like I do a great job because it's like tough. They kind of curl out, and then you're trying to use a scissors. I feel like the trimmer sounds.
I
useful.
wonder if you're tall, because you had a beard for most of your adult life?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and the mustache.
Yeah, it definitely tickles my nose sometimes. The mustache hair.
See, because that's what I'm wondering, if it's just more normalized for you, because like the nose hairs could technically just flow right into the mustache, where I can't grow a mustache. So if I got one dangling, it sticks out, where for you, it's just part of the whole facade.
Yeah, like visually, you probably don't notice my nose hairs because they just go right into the mustache. That's true.
Yeah.
By the way, in case you guys didn't know, this video is sponsored by the Norelco nose hair trimmer G500. So go check that out. Use promo code flannel to get 50% off.
The Manscaped did reach out to me multiple
Did they
times
really?
to do,
Yeah.
but the way they do their ad deals is so stupid. They're like, do it for 4 months for free and see how many of these you sell, and we'll give you like a very small cut. And then they're
Yeah.
like, and if it works out, then we'll think about doing like an expanded sponsorship. And I'm like, I'm not fucking free rolling you on me
Yeah.
shilling your nose trimmers for 4 months and then you just piecing if you don't like it.
I've had some of those conversations with potential affiliates where I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't sound that great to me.
Yeah, it must be nice for me to just sell nose trimmers for you with no downside.
Curtis Samuel, Rashid Shaheed, Zach Moss.
So I like both Moss and Spears a lot as one of these. Do you have a preference?
Probably Spears, because I like some in a vacuum. It's Moss for me, but I do like some later week 12 buys.
Yeah. Let's do Spears, and then we should probably get a wide receiver here. I don't take a ton of this. Is a decent price on Shaheed, right?
Yeah, he's been falling a bit, but this is fair for right now.
Yeah.
Sort by ADP
Gives
on
us
the left here.
another quarterback out late too. I'm also fine. I always like Wicks. Pick your wide receiver here.
I feel like Wicks has been my brand.
Okay, do it. Yeah, opposite Green Bay week 17 too. Ship it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got the Aaron Jones and Wicks could go a late. Darnold, throw on Naylor again. We're in a good spot.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, I think I usually take Rashid Shaheed over Wicks, but I felt like because this is my 150th and like Dontavian Wicks has been a pretty big part of my brand all summer, got to add him on here.
Are you trying to claim? I mean, there's so many people trying to claim
Dontavian Wicks as part of their personal brand. Whoa. I was before anybody on Dontavian Wicks. Talk to Sacrilegious. I sent him in March. I told him I'm addicted to drafting Dontavian Wicks. Might not have been March, but it was.
Here's the thing.
Sometime in the
I believe you, but as someone who is friends with Davis Maddock, it is his MO. Davis tried to tell me the other day that the servicing the audio listeners started on the Swolecast with him. And then I was like, Davis, I mean, this guy's willing to steal anything for his personal brand. So I'm just saying, be careful.
He stole it from me. That's what I'm saying. It happened. That's exactly what happened.
He will try to take Wicks from you. He will.
Look at that. Sacrilegious. I can confirm Neil was the OG Wicks truther.
There you go. Like I said, I believe it. I'm just saying it's not safe. Sleep with one eye open as you rest your head on that part of your personal brand.
Everybody's already giving Davis credit for the Dontavian Wicks. It is bullshit. I was the OG Dontavian Wicks truther. I will say this though. It's possible that we all got it from the same source, which is the CoachSpeak Index was very high on Dontavian Wicks. That was kind of what piqued my interest. The CoachSpeak Index, some quotes about Dontavian Wicks kind of piqued my interest, looked into him a little bit more. So really, I think Greg was first on Dontavian Wicks.
It'll be fascinating, right? Because it's either going to be just the biggest like self-congratulatory circle jerk if he hits, or the biggest fucking cope factory of all time if he's still running 30% of the routes the whole year.
Yeah. JJ Zacharyson as well. There have been several ball knowers who were very early on Dontavian Wicks.
Still, like my biggest flag plant during like big board season, and I made the video about predicting Xavier Worthy to the Chiefs. Like he was my most drafted wide receiver. I was constantly on the record he was going to be a first round pick. And of course, Davis just sweeps in and steals the Xavier Worthy as part of it. Some of them you just have to let go, because here's the thing. Davis is going to fall flat on his face with a bunch of these, and we will hold him accountable for it too. It's a double-edged sword to associate yourself to so many players, and you got to take the L's with the W's.
That is absolutely right. I got to say, I feel like I liked Dontavian Wicks quite a bit early. I did capitulate a little bit on Dontavian Wicks mid-summer. Kind of started thinking, man, I'm really buying a lot of this guy who played like 30% of snaps in the conference championship game. So maybe Davis held stronger, and he was willing to reach into the 8th round. So maybe I just have to give it up to Davis at this point.
That is the one thing you can fight to win the personal brand war, but you will not win the poor closing line value war. Davis will always beat you in chasing these guys up the draft board.
Yeah, the Chiefs just go early. He's now taken Rashee Rice as a first rounder.
I would like it's funny if like you tracked like the portfolio, or like, you know, at some of the sites will show like where you got the players, and
Yeah.
like Davis is just all have to be escalating. Like he's in a game of one-upsmanship with himself on like,
Okay.
I took him 110 last draft, got to take him 1-8 this draft.
Yeah. It is enjoyable.
Neil, you're almost to the goal. I just went to your page. You're at 1.99K. Are we
Oh,
less
no way.
than?
All right. I'll
Yes.
go check after this turn. I'll
Okay.
tell you exactly how many I'll update the banner. I don't usually update the streamer during the stream, but I'll do it this time. We're so close.
I like the I don't mind the triple stack on Stroud, specifically when we reach for Stroud. I think we triple it.
Yep.
Is there a bye? No bye week issue either, right? Yeah.
No, yeah, same, different bye weeks there. So we could be done at tight end with Pitts and Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
Do you like Zeke, Charbonnet, anybody else?
It's definitely a running back pick. Can you go to the running back board just by ADP? This is kind of the like, do you reach for, you know what? This is what I want. I want the symmetry of this. You made me take Gus Edwards. I'm making you take J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, nice. I like that. That is great symmetry there.
There you go.
And you're making me double up on a buy. I mean, this is so painful for me, but we'll do it.
Yeah, there you go. God forbid your RB3 and RB4 have the same week 5 buy. We'll get it out of our system early though.
Brock Purdy's still here. I hadn't even noticed because he wasn't showing up for us.
I know, but I was just like, we got Stafford, we got Cousins. Yeah. All right, refresh.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
He did it.
2004. Wow. Really appreciate all of you guys helping out. Really appreciate Pete just reminding people over and over on his stream, and then this stream. That is awesome. It's been a slow grind for most of the summer. It was an early, shot up quite a bit, and then I didn't stream for a while, kind of let my channel go dormant, and then it's been just a slow grind throughout the summer until Pete comes, kicks it up here at the final day. Appreciate you, Pete. Appreciate all of you subscribing. I'm going to update the banner.
Let's do it. Where do you have the balloons? What's coming down from the rafters?
What do we got? I don't know how to do any of that stuff. This is Boomer stream, Pete.
Do you have a sense of pride that you were able to do it without having to give away 5% of your BBM 5 winnings?
Is that what Davis did? Did he give away 5%? Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Almost all my streams were with another streamer, so I really gave away like 50% of my BBM streaming, maybe 40%.
Hey, that's it's the trade we make in the content game. But people always ask me like if I man, doesn't it suck to and I'm like, I literally would not have drafted that team without that person. Like if Neil and if I have to give Neil a $750,000 check, first of all, that's a great fucking problem to have. Yeah. Second of all, I would have never drafted that team without Neil. We never would have selected Gus Edwards.
Yes.
We never would have done any of that. It wouldn't have happened without that individual. So yes, I'm okay giving away $12.50 of equity to draft a team.
I'll say the same thing for another bit of best ball, as I've heard people talk about like, oh man, if I had this team in the BBM finals, it would have won BBM, or stuff like that. And I'm like, you don't have to worry about that in best ball either, because you wouldn't have had that draft room in the other contest. So like, who cares that it would have won this other contest? Which is really nice. Like DFS, like Ship My Money has had a lineup that he put into the contest that was like 20K to first, and he got second place in that contest, and it would have won the Millie Maker. And that kind of stings. That's going to sting for a while. You don't have to worry about that in best ball because it just wouldn't have been possible. I'm going to start.
Yes.
Somebody just suggested this. I really need a marker in here. Wait. I got to go this way. You can't even see it. All right.
Go full screen for yourself and show the people, Neil.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'll do that real quick. Yeah, I'm trying here. There we go. That was not great. I feel like I need a marker, Pete, and But I definitely got to do it for 150 too. 150 streamed.
Yeah, someone on I like seeing I feel someone was like, This crack rock stream last night, I can tell this isn't live. This is pre-recorded." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Do you need me to go get a newspaper?" Like that's how I felt you holding that up. Like when they do the Reddit AMAs, it's actually me doing it.
Yeah. I was trying. It's supposed to be the Will Chamberlain thing. That's what I was trying to do. But I need a smaller piece of paper and a marker, I think.
Whoa,
Matthew
we're on the
Stafford
clock here.
here.
Do we prefer Cousins is gone, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Put Stafford in the queue. I've been buying this Downs dip here. I know we got the buy overlap. Does that
I
scare
like
you?
that. It does. That does scare me. We could do it if you wanted to. I don't have a lot of Chuba, which I don't really care that much. I don't have much Chuba, but
Yeah, the we're gonna have options to stack with Stafford later, right? Whittington and Parkinson are nice options. So if we want to go running back here and avoid the Downs thing, I guess we don't have any other specific correlation. Um, if you
I'll queue
want,
them up.
what
I'd be fine
cute?
taking Downs here if you want to. Then we can just
Yeah,
go. We add on another. This could be a 2-6. This honestly could be a 2-6-8-2 build.
yeah,
In which case, I think we're fine. All right, yeah, let's do that. We just the next two can't be week 14. I think.
yeah. I think I think that price is just kind of absurd for Josh Downs.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good call. And that's a mistake that I've made. Like, I think that the biggest mistakes that I've made over the course of the summer in my drafting has been not buying the dips, like with injury, suspension, etc. So I want to stop making that mistake. Don't want the lower version of Rashi Rice to happen again.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to see if I can find a marker sitting around here somewhere within arm's distance of me. I probably don't have one. Maybe I'll just try to like write it thicker.
This is how you know it's raw, because you didn't want to jinx it by pre-making this sign in case you didn't get there. It had to be.
Yeah. I mean, somebody just gave me the idea to do this also in chat. I mean, this is number 150, so I think I'm already at the goal, right?
Yes, I'll allow it.
Like, even though the stream hasn't technically finished yet. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still going to celebrate at the end.
How are you celebrating?
By mowing the grass.
Oh, yeah. That's how you know you're the man of the people.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do it again, Pete. I'm gonna do it with the 150 right now.
All right, go full screen again.
Yep. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, you look like you were smiling for your first day of school photo.
Well, so I started by trying to smile, and then I thought, no, I feel like you don't smile, like Wilt Chamberlain, like you go serious face. Maybe he is smiling in his. I don't know. I can't remember.
There you go.
And
so what do we got here? We can be done at quarterback if we want.
Yeah, so we are at CJ Stroud, Matthew Stafford at quarterback, running backs Jalen Warren, Aaron Jones, Tyjae Spears, J.K. Dobbins, wide receivers Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Zay Flowers, Dontavian Wicks, Josh Downs, tight ends Kyle Pitts, and Dalton Schultz. So I think we could be done at the onesies.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I was thinking, 2-6-8-2 probably.
Yeah. We got 4 more picks, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so at least it's probably for sure 2 more running backs, 1 more wide receiver, and then a pick to play with.
Yeah, I think that's right. Although, so here's where this is my general rule is I want to have enough wide receivers to cover the bye weeks +1. So like the fact that we have 4 week 14 buys, I kind of feel like I'd rather have 4 wide receivers who don't have that. But it's kind of just a rule that I made up for myself. Like,
cool.
like just like for injury, whatever, just make sure that I have the position covered. But
yeah, No, I think that's a good, like, if it was a true luxury and we didn't have maybe the bye week stuff, I'd be like Colby Parkinson as a third tight end on a Stafford team. But I
Yeah.
do think that could be used as a potential breaker there. I would maybe float. I guess the thing here is like, will you go to the running back tab by ADP? Because this is all like the same tier to me now. Like I feel like we're in total dart mode.
Yep.
I would almost suggest going Whittington Dortch here, get that week 17 bring back on the Rams stack, and then just grab our double stack with Stafford. What do you think of that?
Are you Whittington over Demarcus Robinson?
Yes.
All right. I am not, but we'll do it. We'll do it.
I mean, Whittington, it's like, even if you think it's close, I mean, Whittington's ownership is a fraction of it. Like, to me, Demarcus Robinson is almost undraftable right now. If you think it's close to, like, I truly think like by end of the season, 15 to 17, it's like 50-50 whether D-Rob or Whittington has won that. And if that's how you feel, which I do, then it makes Robinson undraftable. But if you think Whittington never ascends, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm still D-Rob. But yeah, I think it's totally reasonable. If you think it is close, like if you think that he is this talented rookie who's going to take over that role, that's fair. I think the team likes D-Rob. I think if he stays healthy, he probably maintains that role all year. But you also have health concerns with both of Cup and Puka. So I guess that is a point in favor of Whittington also. So even like as you say, like he hasn't been drafted nearly as much. Even if like I feel confident in D-Rob beating out Whittington, but at the same time, Whittington is like the clear backup for I think either of Cup or Puka. So he has those outs regardless and has not been drafted much.
The thing too, it's just like last year I made the mistake, and it's not even like a Demarcus Robinson conversation. It was just like building the same teams I was building in June or in May, in August. And it's like, if there's any uncertainty, like the Whittington team was not being built in May. Like it literally was not being built. And so it's like, how do we take advantage of drafting in a contest that spans 4 months? Like, you're going to still have your Stafford bet, but now let's shuffle the pieces with some new information. And again, like the bet is still probably tilted in Demarcus Robinson's favor in most scenarios. But I do think in this tournament, it benefits you far more to be on the ownership side now.
Yeah, no, I think that is definitely a fair argument. I probably value D-Rob more than I should, but I do feel good knowing that BP Kelowna is at least on my side on the D-Rob being.
What about the one right under it? Why are you suppressing the D-Rob Fish comment?
Because who are you going to take advice from? T Eds.
I just want to
this
say
is a new subscriber, and I'm
you're just
insulting
only
him. No.
highlighting. I mean, I get it; it's your stream, but I just want you to know.
No. I'm highlighting one of the best DFS players on the planet.
How do you know who the guy who said the fish? He might be.
You might also. T Ads might be one of the best DFS players on the planet also. Yeah. But he doesn't support my stance. So that's the reason, obviously. D-Rob all the way.
Demarcus Robinson is the like comfy 5K cash game lock of the week equivalent to a best ball team. Like you're getting your projected points, you're getting it in good. Your median expectation is solid. This isn't a fucking cash game, Neil.
Listen,
we're trying to win 1.5 million, buddy.
Did you watch the last 4 weeks of last season? I mean, Demarcus Robinson just crushed, just dominated. What if he just continues doing what he was doing?
What if? Well, then he will be a perfectly cromulent 4th option, potentially 5th if you buy the Colby Parkinson hype in an offense that is generally pretty concentrated.
Yeah. No, I'm liking this team. I'm liking the call to get my rare Whittington share. We're at 2-4-8-2, probably 2 running backs here.
Yes, we're gonna have to get creative with running backs. I love seeing the sidekick coming around on my favorite late round running back, Cam Akers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I've been just within the past 48 hours drafting a ton of Cam Akers. I had 0 shares of him prior to that. But yeah, I think that is like a great call right now.
Yeah, I think we're 2 running backs, right?
Yeah, I think so. I am not overexposed to Rashad White. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I like Akers. I always love Shipley in this range. Are there any other correlated angles we haven't fleshed out? We got Baltimore, we got Los Angeles, or sorry, Arizona opposite Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Can we go to the running back tab?
Yep. Your guy Sean Siegel, I know, loves Will Shipley. That's kind of the reason I've been buying Will Shipley is mostly Sean Siegel's doing.
Yeah, we drafted Will Shipley on BBM draft #1, right when it dropped. Back when I was like, I don't know if he's the running back too. It feels pretty good at this point. He had an awesome preseason. I think I would definitely be Akers and Shipley here. We get the huge Houston bet. I love the mega. Like, rip it in on them.
Yeah, I'm loving this. This is a good team. This is a good way to end 150. We do have the 3 week 5 buys at running back, so that does pay me a little bit, but I think we'll survive it.
The wait. Ted, I got absolutely fried. We'll have to drop the screenshots in next time.
Nice. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah. I mean, let's go toe to toe. You and BP Kelowna. Let's both share all the screenshots there.
Yeah.
No,
that's how you know best ball is won. We got the big DFS bros trying to stake their claim on whether D-Rob is a good or bad best ball pick. The best ball bros have won. Everyone's at the water cooler.
That's true. Everybody's. I mean, it is true. Like everybody I know in DFS, like even the people who were the most reluctant, like, oh, I don't want to spend the time on that. They have all sort of moved over to best ball. And honestly, I do think that it is like the content. Like I know Shady said on your stream, Best Ball After Dark, like part of the reason he got into best ball is because like you and Pat do such entertaining content. It's like, man, just like you listen to these guys, you learn so much and you're entertained the whole time. Whereas DFS, it can be entertaining, but it's generally, I think, a lot drier than best ball content. So I think that it has solely like the DFS pros really moving over, and maybe in part because the content is so good out there.
Well, and hopefully though, the real thing, right, is as it explodes, bigger and bigger prize pools, right? Bigger contests, more money to be won, more incentive to be willing to, sink your cash into it over a long period of time, because that's what was holding it back. We talked about it with Taylor Keavy on Lowell's yesterday too, where he kind of hinted that best ball is going to be a massive part of kind of ETR's future and how they're thinking about things. And he was kind of comparing it to, and Brian was too, the kind of old school poker days where watching a poker stream is so entertaining. You see people tilting, making decisions in real time. Best ball is like a very similar kind of element that it is hard. Like people will watch someone make a DFS lineup and kind of talk through it, but it doesn't have the random chaos elements that a poker or best ball draft provide.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fun. Like you're getting to see it built in real time, whereas DFS, you're talking about, you're not really like building out the teams in real time. I say this, of course, as I'm flipping to like all DFS content for the next 6 months or whatever. But yeah, I mean, best ball content, super fun. All right, Pete, this was number 150 in the books. Feels good. Let's label it. Let's take a look at it.
Here's the thing, underdog. If you're doing any sweeps, integrity sweeps, you need to do those ASAP. We can't have any drafts getting thrown out at the 11th hour.
I mean, like I've said, Pete, though, if they do throw, I agree. It needs to be ASAP, because I could be the youngest person to ever stream 151 Best Ball Manias in one season. Like we are so close to me being the youngest to stream 151.
I mean, to stream the whole, the thing is you won't 151. I see what you're saying. I think it's definitely way more devastating if you become the oldest person to stream 149. That would honestly be a really good bit. That's in your bio.
Okay, well, let's be clear though. I still would have streamed 150. Like even if it doesn't count, I still would have streamed 150.
Yes.
You don't think I can count it at that point? It would be funny.
I don't think there would be a second asterisk next to your accomplishment.
You are right. It would be funnier to say streamed 149. That is a good point. All right, we'll read off the team. The final team number 150: CJ Stroud and Matthew Stafford at quarterback, Jalen Warren, Aaron Jones, Tyjae Spears, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers, Will Shipley at running back, Puka Nakua, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Zay Flowers, Dontavian Wicks, Josh Downs, Greg Dortch, Jordan Whittington at wide receiver, and at tight end, Kyle Pitts and Dalton Schultz. Let's see, Stroud. I mean, that is a mega stack on that game. We got
I
Stroud
love
with
it.
Cam Akers, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz. We have the bring back of Zay Flowers, and then we have Stafford with Puka and Whittington. We have the Dortch bring back. We crushed this.
We were basically saying, hey, Houston, how about we run back exactly what happened last year, except Cam Akers plays the Devin Singletary role. Like if that happens, we are very happy. Yeah, I like this. It's the kind of zero RB room I build a lot. Maybe normally have like a slightly better fifth or running back there, but I think the Akers Shipley double tap at the end tied it together nicely.
Yeah, hell yeah, feeling good about it. That was a great way to end 150 streamed Best Ball Mania drafts. A lot of fun to do back-to-back 150ths with Pete here today. Pete, really appreciate you making the time for me. I know you're very busy right now, as is everybody else, but really wanted to have you on for this 150th as the only other person to have streamed 150. So thank you for making the time for me.
No, man, I wasn't gonna miss it. It was you know me, I love my little symmetry and closure here. So to pass the baton on the 150s was beautiful.
Yeah. And I want to ask you what you have coming up, but if anybody has not yet watched the Family Feud from yesterday and the FFPC with Crack Rock, highly recommend those. And of course the True Serum video, which I am in, posted on the Deposit Kingdom channel this morning. You can find all of Pete's links in the description of this video. But Pete, what else do you have going on?
Yeah, honestly, I think the best thing to like capture everything from this week, I did have my PO Box newsletter come out this morning, and I did my best to round up every single thing this week and include links. So that's probably your one-stop shop over there. But yeah, Deposit Kingdom, we had Best Ball Bros, we had the draft video with Sacrilegious, and the True Serum video, which Neil has his take in. You got to check that out. The final streams for me over on my channel, you got to watch Family Feud, ship chasing drafts with Crack Rock. So yeah, the newsletter wraps it all up in a nice one-stop shop. And then yeah, tonight doing a guillotine draft before. I'm just not doing anything Saturday and Sunday and most of Monday. So I'm excited to turn my brain off for a little bit.
Love to hear that. Yeah, the guillotine should be good. Definitely go check out all of Pete's content, and then of course you're flipping to DFS. Also, I know that you're going to be doing the show with JM to win again on Fridays.
Yeah, we are going to be doing that regularly, and then right after it, I'll be doing Off and On the Clock with the Badge Bros, which will be a big Battle Royale preview. And then on the Deposit Kingdom, I'm going to have like a produced video with kind of my favorite ways to attack Battle Royale drafts every week. That'll probably end up online by Friday evening. You know how it goes with like DFS content of making it actionable, not too late, not too early. It can be hard.
Very hard. Yeah. Well, go follow if you're not already following Pete. I'm sure you're following him on X at Peter Overzet. Go follow his YouTube channels. And of course, I do recommend the newsletter. All of those links are in the description of this video. Really appreciate Pete for coming on for this stream. And also really appreciate all of you in chat throughout the summer. It's been, made it a lot more fun for me having people here to chat with, people supporting the channel. Of course, new subscribers today, really appreciate all of you. So thank you for supporting the channel. I'll be doing showdown content on this channel starting next week. So looking forward to that also. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later.